Welcome everyone to my channel. Myself SBSIR. Today we will learn about modal or modal auxiliaries. Naturally, modal means a mood that expresses a mood, a kind of mood. So there are some verbs in English. They are called modal auxiliaries. We know the auxiliary verbs, main verb and an auxiliary verbs. Suppose we are speaking. Here speaking is the main verb and are is the auxiliary verbs. So we can divide the auxiliary verbs into two parts. One general auxiliary and the other is modal auxiliaries. What are the general auxiliaries? The general auxiliaries are be verb, that means am, is, are, was, were, be, been, being, and do verb, do, does, did, and have verb, have, has, had. These verbs are used both as main verb and also as auxiliary verb. They are called general auxiliaries, but there are some other verbs also. They are also auxiliary verbs, but they are called modal auxiliaries. What are the difference? So at first we know the differences between general auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. If you notice that I have done the work, here I have auxiliary verb have and done is the main verb and do, did, done. But in modal auxiliaries, after the modal auxiliaries I can do it, I can do it, he can do it, he does it, but when I use the modal auxiliaries he can do it. So after modal auxiliaries only the main form or infinitive form of the main verb is used, but after general auxiliaries am, is, are, was, were, be, been, do, did, does and have, has, had, the main verb can changes. That means main verb can change, the main verb can take the present form, past form or ing form, or it takes s or yes after that, or past participle form. But after modal auxiliaries, the main form, that means infinitive form, should be used. Number two, the difference number two is general auxiliaries has no meaning in the particular sentence when they are used in auxiliary verbs. They are used in as auxiliary verbs. I am giving an example here. He is walking. He is walking. Here she walking. It is the function of the walking verb is means be. This verb has no meaning here. He is walking. But when I say he must walk, here there is a necessity of her work, of his walking is expressed. So after modal auxiliaries, general auxiliary, after general auxiliaries the main verb may changes its form, but after modal auxiliaries only the main form or infinitive form of the verb is used. Number two, after in the sentence these verbs when they are used in auxiliary verbs, they have no specific meaning, but modal auxiliary always express some specific meaning. Now there are the can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, ought to, need, dare and some other verbs also, but they are the most important verbs. Today we will learn about some modal auxiliaries. Here what are they, when they are used, and in sentences, also in sentences, and what are the difference between them from one verb to another, and in which particular purpose these verbs are used, I will discuss now. Modal. Here I have given a chart, I have written in a chart. Here is the modal, all the modal verbs are here written. Here the function of the modal verb, what purpose the modal verb is, what purpose the modal verb serves here, and here the example. This is the example portion. This is an example portion. I have given an example also for each type and its function. First we take the verb can. First we take the verb can. Can, this verb expresses ability. Ability, that means someone can perform something. This is called ability. So I can read English, he can walk fast, he can play cricket, and other like this. Can here expresses the ability. And look at, after can, the main form read is used. Number 2 function of the second function of can verb, modal verb, is permission. Use to take permission or give permission, can verb. Can I come in? If we ask that can I come in, to take permission, again you can go now, it's a give permission. So can, this modal auxiliary is used as to express ability, and number 2 to take for permission, to take permission or give permission. So it is the function of the main function of the can verb. Number 2 verb, that means could. Could first request used as a request. Could verb is used as a request. Could you help me? Could you tell me the address of the station? Could you lend me your book? These are the examples. When we speak with someone in polite tone, we use could. Could you help me? This is the function of could verb, that means request. It is the request form. Then past tense of can. Could is used as the past tense of can. I could not sleep well last night. That means is the last past example, past tense, example of past tense, as it is last night. So I could not sleep well last night. I could not sleep well last night. I could not feel good yesterday. So this is the past form of can. Number 3, may. This verb is very important, modal auxiliaries. May, there are several uses of the may verb. First, we use may verb as a request. May I come in? May I go outside? May I come in or may I go outside? May you help me? May I help you? These are the uses of may verb as request. Number 2, possibility. Possibility. That means it may rain now. It may rain now. That there is a possibility of raining now. So possibility, to express possibility. He may come. This is also an expression of possibility. Number 3, wish or prayer. We use may to express a wish or prayer. May you be happy. May you live long. May you succeed in life. These are the example of may verb that expresses wish or prayer. So may, this modal auxiliary, mainly used for 3 purposes. Number 1, request. Number 2, possibility. Number 3, wish or prayer. Now 4th, might. Might, first, it is also used in 3 purposes. It serves 3 purposes. Number 1, possibility. Again possibility. It might rain today, and it may rain now or it may rain now. It might rain today or it might rain now. Is there any difference between it may rain now and if I say it might rain now? Yes, there is a difference. If I say it might rain now, this possibility is little possibility. But if I say it might rain now or today, there is a strong possibility. So might expresses a strong possibility rather than may. Number 2, past form of may. Past form of the modal verb may. He said he might watch the movie. He said that he might watch the movie. If I say he said, comma, inverted comma, I may watch the movie. If we turn into indirect speech, then he might watch the movie. It is used here as a past form of may. Number 3, again to express wish or prayer. In the may is also used as express wish or prayer. Here might also used as wish, to express wish or prayer. There is no difference. God might bless you. God might bless you. God might bless you. This is the example of wish or prayer. Wish or prayer. Number 5, would. This is also very important. Would first used as a request, as a polite form of request. Would you help me? Would you come today? Would you give me your book? These are the example of would, to express our request very politely. We can use would and also use could to express our request politely. There is no difference. Number 2, for the case of would, past habit. We express some past habit, that means habitual action that occurred in the past, that was going on in the past but not now. In that particular case, we used would or used to, USED, used to, would or used to. We also use used to. Here, father would play football every day when he was young. That means father is not now young and father does not play football every day now, but father would play football every day when he was young. That means it was father's habit, or it expresses an habitual action of father in the past. So would is used as the past habit. Number 3, past form of shall or will. We use would as the past form of shall, will. It is clearly expressed when we use the direct speech and indirect speech. Here I have written an example of indirect speech. Look at here. I said that I would call her. If I write it in direct speech, I said, comma, inverted comma, I shall call her. So I said that. If I turn into indirect, I said that. If I write here, I said, comma, inverted comma, I shall call her. This is the direct form. So this shall turn into would. So this is the past form of would, is the past form of shall or will, both shall and will. Number 6, should. Now come should. Should is also very important and it is used very often. Should expresses duty or responsibility. Notice here, duty or responsibility. Should expresses duty and responsibility. We should obey our teachers. We should obey our teachers. We should obey our parents. We should obey the traffic rules. So here you can use also ought to and should both express duty or responsibility. So if you write here, we ought to obey our teachers, we ought to obey the traffic rules, we ought to save the earth, these are all equal. So would, should here expresses duty or responsibility. It is also expressed by ought to. It is also a modal verb, ought to. Now number 2, second expression of should is suggestion or proposal. Should expresses a suggestion or proposal. Here the example is, you should study now. You should study now. You should not go outside at night. You should not go outside at night. So it expresses a suggestion or proposal. Now, he said we should play football. She suggested that they should go home now. So this is the should expresses suggestion or proposal. So should is used mainly for two different purposes. It expresses one, duty or responsibility. Number 2, suggestion or proposal. Number 7, must. Must expresses emphasis or force. Must expresses, this modal verb must expresses emphasis or force. Emphasis or force or trace. The example, you must study hard to get a job. You must study hard to get a job. That means it's an obligation, baddha. So must expression, we must hurry up, not miss the train. We must hurry up, not miss the train. We must stay home, we will be ill. We will be ill. So must expresses emphasis or force. Again, there are two modals are also here, shall and will. Shall and will both expresses futurity. That means what will happen in the future. To express the future action, we use shall and will. You have already learned it. So shall is used after I and we. We shall go tomorrow. I shall read the novel, and after first person I and we use shall, and after second person and third person, that you, he, she, they, she will come tomorrow, they will play tennis. So these are the examples of shall and will. They expresses future action. So here is the lesson about modal auxiliaries. So in this video I have explained and discussed what is called modal auxiliaries, what are the difference between general auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries, what are the auxiliaries verbs, and the list of some modal auxiliaries, and also the expression how the some modal auxiliaries are used here. One, can, could, may, might, would, should, must, and also I have told here will, shall, and ought to, and need and dare. I have not discussed in this video. In the next video I will discuss on need and dare, especially need and dare. So these are the, I have written all these 7 and discuss will and shall. These 9 modal auxiliaries are very much important. I think you must understand after viewing the video. So thank you. Stay tuned on my channel. Bye for the day.